Hi everyone, it's Steph Evans here from Evanscent Creations, and today I am going to show you a little tutorial on how to create curly hair. So this is the pattern that I've designed, and I'm just doing a snippet on my sampler here. So what you need to do is we are going to use the back stitch just to go around the edges. So I'm going to secure the thread here. Okay, so I'm just going to hold that down with my finger, and when I do this first stitch through the fabric and then back up again, I'm just going to catch that bit of thread at the back so that it secures and anchors that thread. Okay, so I'm just going to do back stitch all the way around this side, and then we'll work on filling it in. So when you get to some of these curves, you're best using smaller stitches because that'll give you a nice rounded line. And as I go, I just like to kind of use my needle to make sure it's lying the right way. Okay, so nice little stitches. Okay, so now I've gone around all this side with the back stitch. We're going to use long and short stitches to fill in all of this area. So I'm just going to do a longer stitch followed by a shorter stitch. Okay. And I'm actually piercing that original row of stitches. So as you increase the rows, you are putting the needle back in to the last row of stitches, and that gives a really good blend, so that you can't see the individual stitches. Okay, so I'm just going to do that until I have filled this entire area with long and short stitches. Okay, so now we've done that side, we are just going to do the same on the other side. Okay, so now that we've used the long and short stitch to fill all this area, I'm just going to anchor one strand of thread to do some of the finer details. So I'm literally just wrapping the needle under some of that stitch work so it's nice and secure. And we are going to add little individual curls and bits of detail to this hair. So I'm just using one strand of thread. Okay. And I'm making sure that I'm doing just small individual stitches and I'm keeping the thread loose so it gives quite a natural curl. And you can build up the thickness of these curls by going over those stitches. And I like to tweak it with my needle and make sure that it stays loose, because if you pull it taut, then it'll give a straight stitch, and that's not the look we're going for with this hairstyle. So I'm just going to thicken, because this was quite a pronounced curl on the original photograph. I'm just going to thicken it by going over that 3 or 4 times, making sure that it stays loose. And I'm just going to keep building it up. For filling the rest of the hair, I used 4 strands of thread because I really wanted it to look really thick and luscious. But for these individual details, you just want the 1 strand of thread. And I just build it up. I keep building it up around the edges, anywhere where the original photograph had curls showing. And then I actually do the same on the main body of the hair to give it a bit of texture as well. So I'm just doing another curl here, but again, you can see I'm just making sure I keep that stitch loose. And I'm just going to do that all over until I perfect the look I'm going for. Okay, so I've pretty much finished with creating the curls on the hair. What I'm going to do now is just stitch the individual details. I'm using the single thread again for this, just because like the lines on the neck are quite faint. I don't want the detail of the lips, the nose, the eyes and the eyebrows to be lost, so I'm just using that 1 strand of thread again. So I'm just going to do the rest of the face. I'm going to do that arm and hand as well, and then you can see where we get to. Okay, so there you go. I have finished with my stitching, finished that arm detail. I've done the face as well. I just like to use the needle to zhuzh up all of those loose stitches of hair so you can make sure that they fall in the right way. But I'm really happy with how this one's turned out, and I hope you found this tutorial really helpful for creating your own curly hair embroideries. All right, let me know if there's anything else you need a bit of help with. Thanks, bye.